Hey everyone, how's it going? Thought we'd have a bit of a raw and real chat with you. It's been ages since we've done that. We're always trying to get out like nice looking vlogs and stuff, but we forget that we need to be able to show our side of things, and our kind of real life day-to-day things going on.
Behind the scenes, because obviously there's always things that happen behind the scenes, and right now I guess the main focus is thinking about next year. So that's the main purpose of this video.
Yes. Got some exciting things planned. It's been pretty full on trying to plan, to be honest. We'll go into that in more detail. So as we've said in maybe a vlog ago, we went to Bali, saw Ange's parents, which was awesome. We were there for a couple of weeks. It was a really nice change of scene. Yeah, no, it's been amazing to be with family. We didn't film at all. That was a really nice break in that respect. It was really good. And Oakley hadn't met Ange's dad before, so that was really cool. That was awesome. We didn't do too much sightseeing, but if you do go to Bali, I highly recommend you go to Ahmed, which was like a little coastal fisherman village on the top, like the northeast. Super nice vibe over there. And we originally booked that park because it's quite hard to get to from where we had originally been. We originally booked that park because I was going to do a freediving course. But I decided against it for a number of different reasons, and instead I went and climbed Mount Agung. Casually. So that was really fun. It was nice for me to get out on my own, do something that was out of my comfort zone. So I took a few shots, so I'll roll some of those now. Good morning from Mount Agung in Bali, Indonesia. So I'm out of it. I left Ange Oakley and Ange's parents in Ahmed on the coast. Left them yesterday, got a taxi ride to Bushbuck, checked out the great temple there, and then I got a scooter from my homestay. Stayed the night at the homestay, scooted in the morning to the start of this trek from the Bushbuck side. So I think most people start from a different side here. So I started at 2 AM and managed to get up bang on sunrise. Very, 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 very nice. Quite a few people at the top. Hello. 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 And now I've made a friend. So he's coming with. So yeah, I started from the Bushbuck side and it's now 5:50. So Agung is 3,000 meters high. It's the tallest mountain in Bali. It's an active volcano. Last time it erupted, I think it was 2019. So thankfully no eruptions recently. And it is very sacred for the Balinese Hindu people because it is their sort of personification of Mount Meru, which is the kind of the home of the gods. So very important. They take animals up here for sacrifice, and yeah, it's been awesome hikes. I did the whole hike in the dark, and now I can see basically 360 degree views of Bali. That's the water out there. Hey Pooch. Yeah, quite a lot of people up this way. No native English speaking people, so that's quite cool. All right, time to hike down. Apparently that's harder. And maybe have a little bit of pancakes first, which are in my bag, and a Coke, and then gonna hike down. Wish me luck. So yeah, that was a really cool experience. I didn't film too much, just wanted to film up the top. That was awesome. One of the things I like about volcanoes is there's not many false summits. You're pretty much just straight up the entire time until you get to the top, and I like that. It's a bit of like a fitness challenge. So had a lot of fun doing that, really liked it. And then yeah, came back, got back to Australia, and everything seemed fine until a couple of days later we got absolutely hammered with what we think may have been COVID, and unfortunately all three of us got sick and annihilated us for like a week.
That's why we haven't like been releasing much videos since then. So yeah, we're sorry for that, but yeah, we just took the time off. Now we're feeling better, so that's why we're back. We're doing currently a vlog actually as well that will be up next week. Yeah,
we're in a beautiful location. It's so good. We held off going here till we felt a bit better. We still sound terrible and we're still pretty like heady, but at least we don't have like raging fevers, and Oakley's a lot better and stuff. He's having a nap now. So yeah, main purpose of wanting to chat to you guys is,
I guess you would have seen in the title, like we kind of like went straight to the point. We're buying a new vehicle next year, but the first thing we want to say before we go into more details with that is we are keeping Bowser.
We're keeping Bowser.
I think that's the most important thing. Like, don't think we're selling it at this stage. We are keeping it. It's our home in Australia.
Yeah.
So yeah, we decided to keep it.
So I'll go into some thought process behind that so that I don't rush it too much. So we built Bowser
initially, for 2 goals.
Yeah, we built Bowser as our 10-year goal. That was always the plan. That's why I invested in such a big project, and obviously of course for Oakley here in Australia as well. But the plan was always to ship Bowser. Now, we spent months getting different quotes back from companies. We assumed that we could chuck it on Ro-Ro, which is roll on, roll off. It would work really well for the truck because we could lock the camper and only give the keys for the cab.
Yeah, that's what most expedition trucks do, I guess.
Yes, and that's where someone that you don't see drives it onto the ship for you, sends it away, and then drives it off. It's stressful, and we've actually now heard of quite a lot of horror stories involved with Ro-Ro. Because it's not going into a container where you see it get locked up and you unlock it at the other end. That would actually be someone doing the whole thing. They could stuff it. So we've recently heard of a family that shipped their big truck over to the States, and the people like must have put diff lock on and completely destroyed the driveline by the time they arrived in the United States.
No, thank you.
And the whole thing would be stressful enough as it is, let alone coming to over there and having a completely stuffed house and then paying port fees because you can't get out. Yeah, just absolute nightmare. So I ended up putting a post up on a Pan American Travelers.
That was always the goal, so to do the Pan American Highway, which is basically from Alaska to Argentina. I don't know why we've always been attracted to do this. It's kind of like the most, I guess, unique overlanding destination that you can do. Like you can drive like most like 2 continents.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible experience.
And we could spend quite a bit of time doing it. We could probably get a 6-month visa in Canada, a 6-month visa in the United States, and then unlimited sort of visas as we move through the countries in South America. So seems like a really cool, good destination for us, and mostly English speaking as well until South America and Central America. Now back onto that. So I put up a post on Pan American Travelers Association like forum thing, posted up a picture of Bowser, said a bit of our backstory, and you know, do people think we should go through the hassle and the cost of sending it over to the States? And 99.9% of people who have experience doing it said absolutely not. You'll regret it. Not only is it going to cost a fortune, because the cheapest quote we could get one way just for Bowser was 17,500 to 18,000 Australian dollars. And
that's not a roll on, roll off. That was a 40-foot flat rack. So obviously we don't fit in a normal shipping container, which are the most affordable. Like if you're familiar, for example, with our friend Stephen Lee and the Defender, we've been like shipping across the world. It's obviously much cheaper if you fit in a 20-foot container.
Much cheaper, yeah. So unfortunately, they're not really doing much Ro-Ro from Australia and New Zealand. I guess mostly it's cars coming in on ships to Japan, and then for some reason you can't really seem to get your vehicle back onto that ship going back the opposite direction. So yeah, the cheapest option and kind of the only option was flat rack, and it was incredibly expensive, and that wouldn't involve port fees, that wouldn't involve our flights, of course. We would be down probably $25,000 at a minimum by the time we even saw Bowser on the other side. Then, unfortunately, because we are right-hand drive, now Costa Rica and I believe Panama has completely cracked down on right-hand drive vehicles. Nicaragua maybe, yeah, as well. So that means we couldn't even complete the Pan American Highway. We would have to ship, we knew we would have to ship around the Darien Gap, and that would be another big cost there as well. But now we'd have to skip some really cool countries that we would love to do just because we're right-hand drive. So that's sort of more of a more recent adaptation that Costa Rica's like, no right-hand drive vehicles. So we'll have to ship around that, and then we'll then have to ship from the bottom of South America either back to Australia, which is apparently a real nightmare from people we've heard of have done it. Apparently there are a bunch of cowboys on this end in Australia who would try and fumigate, clean, charge whatever they want, start tearing the vehicle to pieces.
The quarantine process looks like so painful.
And getting this thing spotless would be like I
think impossible, actually.
Either impossible or outrageously expensive, because we'd have to use whoever they said to clean. And anyway, long story short, it's looking prohibitively stressful and expensive to ship old Bowser anywhere outside of Australia. So,
and the last thing as well we thought about is you never know what will happen in the future. What if another COVID outbreak happens and we stuck, let's say, in America, but our visa is running out, we have to leave, we have to come back to Australia.
Or medical issues.
Or medical issues. We've got no home in Australia. That's something that maybe you don't know. Bowser is our home. We've got no properties that we're renting or anything.
No storage, no properties,
no family members here. So we've got family obviously in France and New Zealand, but that poses as well visas issues. So
and we'll have the truck.
Yeah, so we thinking that might be the best thing in terms of stress, costs, multiple reasons to keep it.
And I gotta say, I'm disappointed because that was why we built this thing. If I had known that we were building Bowser just for Australia, I almost definitely would have done a canvas pop top just to keep the height lower. But I wanted to have really good insulation for places like Alaska and Canada and the bottom of South America.
They're kind of like a 4 seasons vehicle.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, Bowser's still proven absolutely amazing. And by the way, we've done 42,000 kilometers around Australia, some of the hardest tracks in Australia, and you've seen absolutely thrashing the poor thing. And not one thing, touch wood, has happened apart from one small steel brake line. Got a little leak in it where the fitting was after the gib, and I fixed it in Broome, and I didn't really film that.
Yeah, on the track it's
I just bent some, it was hard to get some brake, some steel brake line that was thick enough for Bowser, but I found it, ended up having to bend it into shape myself, which was damn near impossible. Fixed it, and that is the only thing
on the track. The camper we have had, I guess, a bit more trouble, especially the bed, but I guess
we've had trouble with the bed, but that's not been from travel, that's been from just every day. But other than that, like the thing, like it's been a monster. So
that's the one reason that it's a bit hard to not take Bowser overseas, because we know that it would do so well. But as well, in order to ship overseas, we potentially would have to change tires at some stage. We would have to repair, maybe we've got some issues maybe with the seals at the front of the portal.
Oh yeah, there's definitely
a bit of work, so there will be as well some money involved.
There's I've got 2 huge jobs to on the front. We've got the double cardan joints are stuffed, so I need to fix those. We've got both inner seals on the portal stuffed as well, not badly, but still stuffed. And I would want to put a camber correction kit in on the front, because our tyres are chopped to bits, because the camber on a Unimog goes in a bit like a tractor on the front tyres, and that just chews the tyres no matter how many times I rotate them. So that is a big job. I really need to get stuck in and do that, but that's not something you do on the side of the road. Like I need serious tools, I need a clean workspace, I need days to be able to do it in case I need other seals to come through or other bearings to come through from either overseas or somewhere else in Oz. And I would need to weld up some pullers and things. So yeah, big job. So I'm putting that off, and so far Bowser doesn't really seem to care because it's just a beast. But anyway, so
basically now the main thing that we have to find is a place to store Bowser.
Yes.
Longer term. Like obviously we don't know how long we'll be gone for, but yeah, we're looking into that. So if you've got anyone like who's got any recommendations, got a bit of land and wouldn't mind having Bowser, please reach out. That would be amazing. But yeah, we're looking into that at the moment.
Yeah, so my goal has always been, not so much Angie's goal, but maybe it's becoming her goal with some persuasion. My goal is to have expedition vehicles on multiple continents, ideally 3. Angie and I did some proper soul searching recently because, to be honest, we felt a bit lost with our filming and stuff. We've not been as into it and enjoying it as much since Oakley has come along.
We need a change of scene. Like, we love Australia. We've done it now for almost 3 years.
And we've seen what we came here to see, to be honest.
And we want to obviously come back in the future, but we want a change of scene.
Yeah, we would love a change of scene. And where was I going with that, Ange?
You want 3 vehicles?
Oh yes, so 3. Thank you. So 3 vehicles around the world. So we did some soul searching. We decided what are our main goals. First of all, one goal that we've dropped with this channel especially is we stopped doing fitness. And we want to bring back we do a lot of fitness outside of our filming, but the outfit means outdoor fitness. It's why we set this channel up. So we're going to start incorporating that. We got some real negative feedback earlier in the days when we started doing it.
Yeah, they really put us down,
Some people got really upset when we started showing a bit of what we were doing and how to stay fit and healthy on the road, but now stuff it. Like, unfortunately, if someone doesn't like it, we're not trying to make people feel bad about themselves. If it's not for you, please kindly walk away. But we want to start showing how to stay fit on the road. I'm now intensely looking into doing probably online training. So I'm probably going to set up, something along those lines. So if you ever wanted a trainer who could show you how to do things outdoors and not necessarily with a proper regular gym membership, let me know. But it's something I'm gonna invest myself into pretty heavily. I used to do online training, of course. I used to be a PT for 10 years, but I want to bring that back because it makes me feel good being able to help people, and I've kind of lost that, and I sort of just train on my own. But yeah, I want to bring that back, get that passion back into it. And so we want 3 vehicles, right? Back into it. Sorry, this is segueing everywhere, and we're rushing because Oakley will probably wake up in any moment, or the batteries will die.
Oh my God.
So it's all on.
What can go wrong?
Anyway, so we're thinking Bowser stays in Australia. We can come back to Australia as often as we need and or want, as long as obviously money is a bit expensive. We can't do it the whole time, but we're going to have an expedition truck in Australia. So we're still going to be filming Australian content for you guys. We're not sure how often yet, but it'll be so nice and peace of mind for Ange and I that we always have a home that we can come back to, and it's in the most beautiful place on the planet. So that'll be really good, and I think Bowser will store fine as long as it's not too... I just heard Oakley, didn't you hear him? Okay, sorry. As long as it's not too humid, Bowser should be absolutely fine. So the goal is now... We need to go straight to the farm.
People want to know what they can for.
Yes, okay.
Buying a new vehicle, 2024.
We are going to Europe next year. We've decided to do Europe for a number of reasons. We miss culture, we miss history, we miss mountains. We have... It's so amazing in Australia, but it's lacking some of the climate we also want to explore, which is like mountains and deep, cold forests.
Yeah, when last year we went to Europe, we went a few weeks to Spain. That really sparked a desire to go back there, and we could see that we could actually easily do a bit of overlanding there. Like we had we thought that, it would be crowded everywhere, but no, you can find some spots.
If we buy the right vehicle, we can then plonk it in a container from Europe and very affordably ship it straight to the Americas.
So, what were, before we go too much in details, so what were the criteria for the new vehicle?
So the new vehicle must be...
Because we can't tell you yet. It's still a work in process.
Yeah, we're not telling you yet because we haven't actually bought it yet, but man, I've got my heart set on this one vehicle.
Very close.
Ideally, it fits in a 20-foot shipping container.
Yes.
Not even a high top.
Don't give too many clues, huh?
Okay. All right.
Fit in a 20-foot container.
Fit in a 20-foot container. Be off-road weapon.
Yes. Yeah, we still need like that off-road capability, even though there may not be as much off-roading in Europe. We still want that ability.
Be able to sleep, all 3 of us, out of the elements. One of the criteria.
Yes.
Be cool for YouTube.
There will be a build involved.
As you know, I'm a vehicle enthusiast. I could never, unfortunately, and you might think this is so stupid, but I could never go out and buy a new vehicle. I couldn't do it.
We enjoy building the Mog. Like there was a lot behind the scene that made the experience harder than it should have been.
It's still filming. Carry on. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Sorry, guys. Sometimes the filming just stops.
Like the Mog experience, there were just some things that were out of the build that made the things a bit harder, but the build process itself was amazing and so rewarding. Like we're so proud of what we created. So,
and I think Bowser's worth quite a bit more than what we put into it if we ever did want to or need to sell. So that's a good thing. So it's an investment.
Doing another but smaller build. So
we're doing a build.
It won't take a year.
We're doing a build overseas in Europe.
Chris promised me it won't take a year.
Yeah, no, it won't take a year. We will film the whole thing, so you're going to have a new build series, which is awesome, and I'm pumped. And
the reason we chose Europe
explore
as well is because obviously me being French, it's easier in some ways, obviously, to register the vehicle in Europe.
Yes.
We'll go into the registering process maybe another time because we are buying the vehicle in another country it's not from France, so that poses a lot of issues. But
France doesn't have many of the vehicles that we would want.
Yes, and it's very hard. Like the bureaucracy in France is a nightmare. So hopefully we can go, like there's some loophole that we like exploring
Another issue. Ange and I aren't married. We're engaged, but we aren't married. In order for us to get married in France, it's the most ridiculous thing. You have to let them know like 3 to 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
So in case someone in France objected, they could. It's this very strange formal process.
You never know.
But what that basically means is I have to enter Europe on a 3-month holiday visa.
Yeah.
Hopefully Oakley will have a French visa, which is what we're waiting. French passport, which is what we're waiting on now. Thanks to Ange trying to apply for all that. But I won't. And then I think we can get married over there because we've planned on eloping for years now. We will get married, but it's this weird paperwork where I might actually have to fly back to New Zealand to then somehow enter back into France on a anyway,
boring visa stuff, but we're looking into it. Hopefully we can all stay longer than 3 months.
Yeah, and if I can't, then I'm going to have to be bouncing around Europe somehow while doing a build. The whole thing's like, we are going to give you guys the most difficult project that I think a young family has done on YouTube.
Yeah, we're crazy. We're a bit sadistic in that respect.
We are a little bit. As long as,
So basically, Europe.
Sorry,
we're going to have to stop the video.
I'll go grab him and bring him out. If you just stop the video.
And that's recording.
We're back.
All right, we've got a new guest.
Hates hats.
We need hats, huh?
So he hates hats.
You're not too sure where we stop, but basically, we are in a lucky position where I've got some savings in France that allows us to be able to purchase this vehicle in Europe as well. So we can, luckily at this stage, keep Bowser. Hopefully we won't go over budget because Europe is very expensive.
I'm good at spending money. Angela is very good at saving money.
I potentially have saved all my life just for this project. So so I will be the owner of that new vehicle, by the way.
You will.
And Chris will be my chauffeur.
Probably still be the driver.
So that's...
one clue that we will let you know. The vehicle that I really think we will get is older than Bowser.
Oh, that's a big
clue. That's all I'm giving you. That's all I'm giving you.
Yeah, let us know in the comment if you've got some ideas.
Yeah, we want to hear your guesses.
We shared it with our patrons not too long ago, like the project, and actually one patron, Reagan, if you're watching, you actually guessed, which is crazy. So.
Not exactly, but you're close. You're close.
So, yeah.
It's better than what you guessed, but you're very close.
And to, I guess, continue with that, how we're able to do this project is as well thanks to you. So
yes,
thank you so much for sticking with us and
100%. So it would be Ange's savings going into truck, and then we would be entirely broke with no income.
So the build and I guess the daily expenses are gonna come from our income. So obviously YouTube is our main source of income. So plus, you watching any ad or anything like that really help us to go to this project.
It's the only way we can stay on the road and show this guy the world. Otherwise we would have to stop and I would become a PT again and you would maybe be a PT. Or
we're looking at different sources of income.
We don't want to do that because we want to show Oakley the world, because we know if we stop now, it'll be almost
can.
impossible to start again, I think. And we can't afford a house or anything like that, so it would be really difficult. But yeah, so huge thanks to you guys.
And I would like as well to say, like, obviously no one is forced to join us on Patreon, but the people that have joined us on Patreon, thank you so much for the extra support. That meant a lot during the Unimog build, that meant a lot during the Unimog travels, and now
and even the super thanks on YouTube. I know that seems to be bigger with American channels, but the super thanks is almost like buy me a coffee kind of thing. That adds up too. So David especially, thank you, mate. That and you get chuffed because you're like, oh cool, like $2 for the video from someone means that person really enjoyed the video, and we like that. It's cool. And the other one is yes, we want to sort of apologize but explain why we've been doing standalone videos. You would have hopefully seen that we've had less. Please tell me if he puts rocks in his mouth, and I'll keep an eye. So we've put less ad integrations into our channel because I feel like they really stop the flow of the video. Instead, we've actually been sponsored, and we're very grateful we are, by these companies that with the power stations and the Glacier fridge and things like that. I like that because I can actually show some of you in a dedicated video these particular products, which I firmly believe are really good, by the way, otherwise I wouldn't film them, because we do get a lot of Chinese companies in particular reaching out with bizarre knockoffs of things, asking us to dedicate videos. We always say no to that, no matter how much they offer us. Now, we do get paid by these companies to show you these dedicated videos, so it works really well for them because I get to show you guys, and then it works well for us because we get actually paid a really decent amount for those videos, and that actually so much so as is like half of our income. So you don't have to watch them, but we feel like they're a better kind of evil, I guess, than having them shoved in your face during. We can't help the YouTube ads. That's unfortunately just how YouTube is. There's not another platform at this stage monetized that's better than YouTube, so we'll stick with YouTube for that. And I hope you will watch this build in Europe. I also hope if you're Australian and you really are only interested in Australian content, you'll give us a chance to show you why we chose to go to Europe and do a build there in the vehicle we've chosen. I really think you'll get something out of it, and know that we will come back to Oz and still film expeditions in Bowser. And in fact, we'll probably be able to be a little bit more awesome explorations in Australia, because we can probably plan expeditions, I guess. So, you know, we might be able to do the Canning stock route when we come back and things like that. So yeah, stick around please, even if you're not interested in Europe. And let us know your suggestions. What do you want to see more of? What do you want to see less of? Obviously we're sorry we haven't been able to release videos non-stop like we used to every week. It's bloody impossible with this guy without us being just stressed out or not happy or not producing good content. Our priority right now is still being a parent, so we do what we can to juggle everything. We do what we can on 4 hours of sleep a night. Sorry, it's a long video. We'll see you next week for an awesome vlog here where we are right now. And then stay tuned because it's all on. I am under the pump trying to do this, buy this vehicle and plan this build out in a different country that speaks a different language. So that's another clue. And wishing you in advance already a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and your family. And hopefully you enjoy the rest of our vlog, and we'll see you as well next year. Yeah, and say hi if you see us on the road. All right, bye. 2, 1, yes. 3, 2, 1.
You have to you have to wait the time that you move too fast.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Yeah! 3, 2, 1. Yeah! 3, 2, 1.
All the YouTubers do it for 1 second. What about we go to a supermarket?
Okay, 3, 2, 1.